Hello, Michelle Johnson at Performance Care Fitness. Today we're talking about moving with ease, moving without pain, having less pain at night and less fatigue during the day because we're moving well. What does that mean? For some people that may not seem possible because they're in chronic pain. We see a lot of that. Back pain, hip pain, knee pain, neck pain. How do we get to the point where we're not drained by that? And whether we're an athlete who's wanting to ride 100 miles easier, or we're an athlete who's wanting to be able to cook in the kitchen without pain, it's the same equation. How do we move better? How do we load this incredible machine of our body? How do we anchor it? How do we intensify some muscles and lessen others? How do we undo the stresses of sitting or our stresses in our work? And how do we combine that into a body that can feel at ease and strong? So that's one of the things we love to do here, is to teach people how to move. And like I said, whether you're a top level athlete or you're a top level athlete in the kitchen, in the home, in the school, it's the same conversation. So one of the concepts I want to talk about is line of sight. And that is, as we're dealing with gravity, how can I have the different segments of my body in line of sight of each other? Oftentimes that's where I see the most relief, the most aha moment. And that, my back doesn't hurt right now, just because we line things up, right? Depending on the individual situation, we are able to turn the movement and turn the loading pattern into something that's productive, to where we strengthen the right muscles that need to be strengthened, and we unload muscles that don't need to be loaded or restricted. So stay tuned for a real exciting series called Line of Sight, where I'm going to talk about how we line up the anchors in our body. How do we ensure that they're able to talk to each other, to see each other? Does not have to be perfect. We're not talking about getting out a compass and getting out a protractor and getting every angle just specifically right. It doesn't have to be that precise. But if I can get line of sight between the hip, the upper body, the obliques fill in, for example. When the obliques fill in and the abs fill in and they're in contact, I can take load off of that low back. I can take a little tension out of muscles that don't need to be under tension. So stay tuned. We're going to go over several segments. I'll let you know how many we're going to have, how in depth I want to get, but very exciting concept. It's one of our favorite things to do here. It's one of my favorite things to do, is go over how do we pick things up? How do I reach for something? How do I sit? How do I keep this body communicating in this amazing machine that we have regenerating? Because that's what it's designed to do. And we'd love to get everybody into that space, and everybody has their own journey. So stay tuned. Talk to you soon.